Good morning, everyone. How are you? Happy Thursday morning from everyone here at Heid Music, and welcome to another Behind the Bench, going behind, above, and beyond the repair bench at Heid Music. I did it. Hey, everyone, look at this. I got a Molly cam. You ready for this? I installed a Molly cam. Here we go. Say hi, Molly. Molly cam. Oh, it's great. Today we're gonna have a lot of fun fixing some instruments. In fact, today is flute day. I've got a stack of flats to flute for. Wow. Stack of flutes to work through, and we're gonna slowly work through them together as a team. Good morning, Justin. Good morning, everyone in the chat. Keith, oh, that's your dad. Said hello. Michael, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? I'm a little sleepy today. I gotta let my coffee kick in. Last night was just a long night. Had a long night. But that doesn't mean I'm not here and ready to rock and roll. So I was actually scrambling to clean my bench up. I didn't get a chance last night. So as we're chatting here and talking, getting ready for the morning, I'm gonna go ahead and just finish setting up my bench. Ooh, look at that mat. You'll see it in a moment. Mat on my bench, not that mat. Oh wait, Matt's not there. He's somewhere. We'll turn Molly cam into a Matt cam this morning too, so you can say hello to everyone. All right, so yeah, like I said, we got some flutes to do today. I gotta get my shims ready. I got my cork. I'll move this over here. That's what that takes for now. This is the flute I'm working on. It is a good morning, feeling good. Great stream to start the day, thank you. I appreciate that. It's fun to do, I enjoy doing it. All right, I think I'm set. Do you guys want to see Matt on the Matt cam? Matt, can I put you on cam for a second? All right, hold on a second, ready? Matt cam, way over there, way. Perfect. I love it. Here we go. All right, I gotta get that set. I do have a side camera because we've been doing some things with my bench motor this morning. Because we're gonna be fitting some head joint corks, and that requires a little bit of sanding, a little bit of fitting. So we're gonna do that this morning. So, all right, another sip of coffee, and then shall we get started? Eli, good morning. Oh, I almost forgot. Well, you're here. I appreciate you. How's the volume compared to the music? Is everything sounding good? Our wonderful marketing folk, Jonathan, got a lot of filters and stuff on my mic, so hopefully it sounds good. Let me know if it's too loud or anything like that. But let's go ahead and get started. Bakun. Ooh, wow, look at that. I got this mat at NAPERT, I believe. NAPERT is the National Association of Professional Band Instrument Repair Techs. That's what NAPERT stands for. And they hold a convention every year and a couple regional ones. And I went to, awesome, volume's great, thank you so much. Went to a national convention. I presented at it, no big deal. Just did a little bit of presenting on percussion repair. And I went to the clinic with, what's his first name? I want to say Marty, but that's because one of our techs, Marty, just came back. Alchemy, good morning. Thanks for coming in. Yes, NAPERT is a mouthful of an acronym, but it's okay. Anyways, I went to the Bakun clinic where the head Bakun, I think his name's Marty Bakun, I could be wrong on that. He did a presentation on creating the Bakun clarinet and working on them, and talked about high-end repair and things like that. It was really, really good, except for the fact that, he has access to a factory that creates a really, really good line of clarinets, which, by the way, we work with. So if you want a Bakun clarinet, come see me. Well, don't come see me. Come to my store and then see a front-end associate, and they'll happily help you out. I'll help you as much as I can. Anyways, some of the stuff he was talking about was a little, just go down to the factory and have the factory folks, make you a specific mandrel for this thing. It's like, well, hey, good for you that you can do that. Can't quite do that here, but anyways. So I got this mat. I forgot why I started talking about that, but that's the story behind this. I like to put down a nice clean mat when I work on flutes, typically, because sometimes this one just gets a little dirty. I try to clean it, but you know. This is reserved specifically for nice flutes. And every flute that we work on here in Heid Music is a nice flute. Except for Molly's. No, come on, Molly. Molly Cam, you ready? Molly. Everyone say Molly. Molly. Okay. All right, back to me. Just kidding, Molly. Molly. Lindsay, good morning. Chat's yelling Molly. Don wants to know if you missed the Molly Minute. No, not yet, but we will have a Molly Minute, I promise. So you're going to talk about what you got on your bench. So I really think we could, if I can get, I have another webcam. I think we get a Molly cam, and when we do the Molly Minute, I'll give you the mic, and you talk about what's on your bench. I have a theme. I have like a little tagline theme song too. I'm working on, and I'm going to make a little video, like an intro video to the Molly Minute. It's going to be pretty good. And now I set it on stream, so now it has to happen. But I've been thinking about this for a while. There's a particular video of you fixing a flute that we used recently, and I think I might use that. Anyways, you know, it's fun. We just gotta have fun, right, Don? You gotta have fun. Don, of course, is one of our repair techs. Works in the warehouse. Awesome repair tech. Awesome guy. And right next to him is Seth. An amazing tech as well. Seth's just gotta, he's just gotta work on his tone. That's an inside joke. All right, enough talking. It's funny that I said I was super tired, but yet I'm talking a lot more than usual. All right, so this flute is just in for a head cork replacement. So this is it here. And just when I took it out of the case, whoops, head joint cork just popped right out. That's not supposed to happen. That's supposed to be nice and snug in there, set correctly. So we're just gonna replace it. Not that big of a deal, but we're gonna start by taking it off. So some extra shims here. Razor blade. There are specific razor blades that we use. Very, very precise, very industry specific. So I just go around. So you'll see that when this is, how this is put on, but this top plate is screwed on and glued as well, and it's also glued to the bottom. And there's a hole in the center that I put a little glue in to make sure it just kind of seals all around. So to take it off, I took the blade and just cut around the plate on the top to break that glue and get it loose. I'm going to do the same on the bottom so that it comes off easy. Wish I could replace my head cork. That's good. All right, so I'm just got my pliers and it just twists right off. Boom, just like that. Easy. That part. I'm gonna take my pliers, gently hold the back plate here, and hopefully this comes off. Yep, there we go. And that just screws off. By no means is the cork threaded, but just, the head joint assembly is. So it tends to just, and then it gets to a point, just pull it off. So here's the old one. You can see it's really not terrible, but I mean, you can see that being a dark on top and whatnot, it's kind of that water damage, it's getting old. Definitely worth a replace. We've seen some pretty nasty ones. Right, Molly? Molly, I think I need to get you a mic too. Can you all hear Molly when she talks? Molly, talk.
Hi, I'm Molly. I can talk. Same thing.
I'm just curious how much this mic picks up. Oh, sorry, I'm off camera. So what I'm doing now is I'm just scraping off the old cork. The old cork. That tone in which I did that is a reference, a deep cut that I doubt anyone will get. Barely hear. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's okay. Ooh. I'm just gently taking off the old cork that's still on the assembly. There we go. Now we're ready for a new one. Oh, hey, Lunar. Just stopping in to say hi? Get back to work. Just kidding. Hey, you know what's crazy, Lunar, is I am working. Yep, Seth says we need a Molly cam and mic. All right, all right. I bought this one. It's a single, but they sell doubles of these. Maybe I'll look into it. You could just put it on and off, like, Molly, turn your mic on, and then you turn it on, and then you can talk. All right, fine. Maybe I can sell this one and get a new one. All right, so we're ready for the new cork. I just got to get it. We're over here. All right, my camera's going to try to follow me, so I'm going to pause it here. Come on, camera. There we go. So I walk off camera to get my Heid corks. And I'm back. I'm not high-fiving. That's the hand signal for the AI camera to follow me. Look at that. Oh. Okay, sorry. We're having fun. You gotta have fun. Hi, Lunar. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for saying hi. And don't get in trouble at work, please. All right, so here's the new one. It's pre-beveled, meaning the top edge here has that, where am I going? Here we go. That angle to it, right? So that's nice. So what I'm going to do is find my, oh, here we go, my special secret concoction for cork cement. It's so secret. Only repair techs know the formula. Huh? Shh, quiet, Molly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint on some glue here on the base of the support there, and then on both ends of the cork. And I'm going to try to get some into the hole there so that when we put the threaded section through, it'll spread through, and just keep on, you know, it spreads it through and seals it. Oh, I gotta, wait, what am I doing? I like to do this one first. I'm all out of sorts. Don and Seth are here and they're watching me and it makes me nervous. Whenever we do these streams, Don really likes to, he'll give me a call right after, and it's just an hour of him going, yeah, you did that wrong, I wouldn't have done that, and I'm just kidding. Don's the literal nicest guy in the whole world. So yeah, I just slid it on there, and then we're threading the top plate back on. Okay, don't mess up, I'm trying not to, Seth. All right, then I like to wipe the excess glue off. Then I'll take, excuse me, take the same pliers I used to get it off. I'll just gently take that top plate. And by now, when I turn the cork, it is actually threading on more, most of the time, onto the top plate getting tighter. So I'll just tighten this a bit. Actually moving? No, this one isn't, of course. So I'll grab a second one. To hold this in place, I'll just tighten that top plate a little bit. Get nice and snug. Then we're going to switch to the side cam and we're gonna shape it down. There, that's pretty good. All right. All right, I get a little, oh, I don't have any sandpaper. Gotta get a piece of sandpaper. I like to use, just use 220. We can get rolls of it from 3M, but I find that just a sheet of this here, oh, you can see it on camera, yeah. 3M, it's got a little waxy back to it, which is nice sometimes. Because you can also tape the back of a sandpaper if you have to adjust a key cork on an instrument. Say, this core was here we go. Let's say this cork right here is too thick. Get a little strip of sandpaper you can go underneath and sand out this way. But if you don't have a protective back on your sandpaper, the paper itself is abrasive enough to potentially scratch. This here has a nice waxy back that puts a protective barrier on it. Otherwise, you put a little Scotch tape on it or painter's tape, and that'll protect it too. But we're not doing anything else to this flute. They just wanted the head joint cork. So that's what they'll get. Morning, Michael. You want to be on stream? You guys want to meet the store manager here at Heid Music Green Bay?
Where do I stand? Where's the camera?
Right next to me, right? So
Oh,
here. This
hello.
is Michael.
Nice to meet you.
My camera's facing me. Here, ready? Here, I'm gonna stop it. There we go. So, Michael, what's it like being a store manager here in Green Bay?
Well, it's a good thing.
It's a living.
It's a good thing here.
What are your 10 favorite things about me?
About you?
About me?
Oh, well, you're a fantastic repair tech here. I like having him in-house. He's not paying me to say this.
I'm just kidding.
So I'm not coerced. I'll tell you that.
Everyone's saying hi. This is Michael. He's awesome. You know how I talked about, we'll go back to top view here. I talked about our Bakkuns that you can get. Michael can hook you up, absolutely. So,
It's true. And if you're ever curious, I'm a bassoonist by nature,
Oh,
but I'm a
yeah.
woman player overall.
yeah. So don't hold the bassoonist, don't hold it against him. But anyways, everyone says hi. Don says hi at the warehouse. He's watching. Yeah. All right. So, all right. Tom Ryan says hello. That's Grandpa. Good morning, Grandpa. Here, you know what? Since you got so much Molly family here today, how about we go side view? I was gonna show this, but why don't we just go Molly cam? Okay, that's it. All right, so this is my bench motor. Everyone say hi, bench motor. You don't actually have to do that. But so what we're going to do is we're going to adjust and sand down this to fit into the head joint cork. So my camera still following me? Wow, cool. What a nice camera. Good job, Adam. Thanks. I don't know how this will sound on the mic, so chat, if it sounds like too loud or sounds awful, just let me know and I'll mute the mic while I use this because it's gonna run and we're gonna use sandpaper and stuff like that. So can we hear the music in the background? Is that too loud? I know it kind of sometimes flooded the stream a little bit, so. All right. So I start by getting this started. I start by getting it started, he said. And I just kind of shape it and sand it. And I want to put a slight taper to it because there's a taper in the head joint cork, or the head joint itself. So I do a little bit, I check the fit. I do a little bit, I check the fit. My ears, Don's just poking fun at me. So I like to, I consider it pretty well fit if the cork itself, you can see it through the tone hole here, or the, what is this called? That hole, lip plate hole?
Oh,
It's got a real name.
what it is.
Molly, tell me, you're a flute player. I should know this, but I don't.
It's not the embouchure hole.
That sounds right.
Is it? It might be.
Embouchure hole, wind hole. All right, a little bit more shaping. See how that fits. Hey Molly, Grammy says hello from Tom Ryan. So Grandpa says Grammy says hello. It says Grammy. I'm just reading what chat says, Molly. You don't have to be difficult. Not this early in the morning. Your whole family's watching. They can see it. All right, I think we're getting pretty close here. The blowhole, Shannon says. Yeah, it's just the blowhole. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I think that fits pretty good. It goes in. You can see there. So now we're going to hit it with some wax to seal the cork. I lower my speed. I got a variable speed bench motor, so I get a little bit slower. And this is just a block of paraffin wax. That's all. I mean, this is special. You can only get it. Only I can get it. Anyways, just put a little bit of wax on there. And then when we put the head joint in and get it set, we're going to heat it from the outside, and the wax will kind of melt and then seal everything up. Oh no, I dropped it into the garbage. Excuse me. All right, let's go back to top view. I made this in school. This is just a Delrin rod that's got a hole in the top, so when the head joint cork is stuck, you can put it in and kind of tap it out. But also, it's marked here where, if you can see, there we go. It's just marked where the head joint cork should center in on the tone hole, the blowhole, as it were. So when I push this in, I slow it down until it's almost center. It's almost center. Then I put the crown on, and I kind of tighten it into place. And flute cleaning rods typically have a marking at the end of it as well that will tell you where it's at. So we have it in, centered. I just take a Q-tip, and some of that wax got scraped off, so just clean that out. And then I take my heat torch and I heat that top area where that cork is. The wax is going to melt and then seal, and this is going to be done. There we go. Just like that. Head joint cork installed. And before, if you recall, it's a little warm. That's not too warm. When we pulled this out of the case, we just pulled out. It just pulled right out. But now, I can't do it. I can't do it. That's a Napoleon Dynamite reference. Go ahead and tear that Tupperware. So, boom. One done. Check. Check. One instrument done. What's next? We're unstoppable. Sean says, Sean is bringing in a flute and a clarinet for estimates. I'll tell you what, boom, I can get that. We can look at it. All right, so let's look at the next flute. Since it's flute day, I've got like 1,200 of them. That one's done. Next flute. All right, so here, just to show, this is the cleaning rod I just pulled from this, and if you look, there's a mark right there that'll show you where. Kind of hard to see on camera, but there's an edge. So if you put that in the head joint, you'll be able to see where your head cork is, and if it's in the general area, the basic area of where it should be in tune. All right, so this one is in for a playing condition, meaning there's a couple things wrong with it, and we need to fix those things to get the instrument into a better playing condition. In fact, right now, through a date that I can't read, February 15th, we have a promotion going on that if you bring your instrument into any Heid music location throughout Northeast Wisconsin, and you get a flush on a brass instrument or a playing condition, a tune-up, what we're going to do to this flute, equal to $80, you'll get a $15 coupon for some merchandise. So if you want, if you've been thinking about getting an instrument in, now's the time. You get a couple additional things, get some more reeds, get some cleaning swabs, get some other things that wind players use. I'm a percussionist. I don't know. What else? Reeds, swabs. That's it. Polishing cloth. Oils for brass instruments. You need a new mouthpiece. Any of that. You can come on in and get those things you need. Coffee. And the coupon might apply. Terms and conditions. All right. So, let's take a look at this flute. First thing I like to do is check the tenon fit, which is just the bottom tenon here, how this fits together. And if there's any wiggle, there's a little bit of wiggle in this, so we'll take a look at that. And it's kind of hard to put in. Head joint, it's a little rough to put in, but I think just needs to be cleaned. And in fact, Seth, who's asking me about coffee, and Don, I learned this trick from just about everyone. Chris, Seth, Tim. We're gonna clean these with some wax. It's very cool. I never knew that, and I did it recently, and I'm like, whoa, mind blown. So, what am I drinking? I'm sorry, I'm not drinking anything super specific or fancy. It is hashtag not sponsored, just great value, basic coffee. I know how to drink coffee kind of just one way, in abundance. I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer. But it's good because it's warm and it has caffeine. So, excuse me. All right, so let's take a look at what we got here. So I've got my leak light here. This is my distant leak like. Man. I'm gonna take a look at what we have going on. Wow. What do we see there, folks? What do we see? What do we see? Leaks. And what do we say to leaks? Molly, what do we say to leaks? Molly? Molly, what do we say to leaks? Bad leak. Bad leak, go away. Yes. That's what we say to leaks. Babilga. A felt C. Oh my goodness, is that a Chris Feltz that I see? Is that a Chris Feltz in the chat? Chris Feltz? Let me tell you something. Hi, my name's Adam. I manage the repair department, the band repair department here. I gotta tell you something about Chris Feltz. He should be working on flutes, these flutes, because he is the gosh darn best flute repair tech in the country. I'll say it. I said it on stream. In my opinion, Chris is the best flute tech in the country. And he loves working on vintage saxophones and all that stuff, and he's amazing at those as well. So if you have a Pro Line flute especially, did I say fruit? Maybe. If you have a Pro Line flute, bring it to Heid Music and request Chris Feltz because he's gonna take care of you. And now that he's here, even though I'm his boss, I am even more nervous to be working on flutes on stream when the flute master is here. Unbelievable. Anyways, Straubinger certified. He's amazing. I'll see if I can make you proud, Chris. But anyways, yeah, so we got some leaks here. We got some really bent keys. So even, if we were to remove the leak here, like this, we should be not having any motion there. So probably what happened is probably got hooked on someone's uniform or something like that. So we'll negotiate and flex that back into place. But yeah, we got some leaks to take care of on the bottom. Tangled up in light. Let's take a look at the rest of the instrument. Got a loose rod there. Armstrong, loose. Well, imagine that. Got a leak down here. Wow. You see that leak? Leak in the thumb key. What do we say to leaks, Molly? She's learning. This is kind of binding, so we might take that lower stack apart and clean the mechanism and get that going. So, all right, we got a little bit of work to do here. So let's get to it. First, I'm going to start by cleaning the tenons. That just seems like a fun place to start. Chris, I'm talking about the wax method. So, do you have a favorite instrument to repair? Thank you for asking. It is, in the wind instruments, I would actually probably say saxophone. But I do really like percussion repair. I just don't get to see it too often. That's probably because I am a percussionist and whatnot. But I'll be honest. This is a safe space, right, chat? Something fell, and I don't know if it was part of the wax or part of the instrument. We are missing some corks. I'll be honest, chat. Flute is not my favorite, but I do it anyways for the people. I'm here to serve. Should probably talk about what I'm doing. So we talked about cleaning the tenons and whatnot, and we use wax. You want to rub some wax on it, and then put it in the tenon. Thanks, Lindsay. Just kind of back and forth. Yeah, look at that grime there, huh? Ah, crumps, look at that. Dirt that came off. Get the inside of the tenon. It's already a better fit. Already a better fit, good. Do the head joint. I think this is really going to help the head joint. I felt like it was really hard to put on because it was dirty. There we go. Yeah, it looks better even. Look at that. Chris, I got a question for you. Are you still in chat? You still here? Or are you working like you should be? It's okay. Ugh, look at that. 1,000,000 times better. 1,000,000 times better. And that's a fact. And there's no way that you can even check me. So you have to listen to me. 1,000,000 times here better. Times here. I read Chris's comment that said, I'm here. And then I said here, Chris, do you leave wax on the tenons on flute? I don't know why that's in my brain. I don't, but for some reason that was in my head. Like, do you wax the tenon on a flute and leave it there, or do you simply use it to clean? And chat, you know what's happening right now? I want to take a second. No matter how good you are in your industry and whatever you do, you can always be better. You can always ask questions. And here at Heid Music, we love to do that. Okay? I think I'm an okay flute tech. I'm pretty confident in my skills. But just right there, that interaction you saw between myself and Chris and Chad, I just wanted to know, simple question. I feel like whenever you get into, when you get to a level of competency in whatever you're doing, I really encourage you to never consider yourself the best of the best or anything like that. Because then what happens is there's always this moment of, well, you kind of shut yourself off from potentially learning, okay? So if you just keep an open mind and just, be willing to ask questions and be vulnerable, perhaps even on a stream with thousands of people watching, or tens, I can't tell, I don't have the statistics. But keep yourself open to learning. Lifelong learners here at Heid Music. Thank you, Shannon. And surround yourself with people like Chris, like Don, like Seth, that aren't going to bring you down when you ask a simple question. They're just going to answer it and help you. So anyways, there's a little life advice here. So Molly, your mom says hi. Molly's mom, you want to see the new Camway I got installed? You ready? You ready?
Oh, yeah, she's at work.
Molly's cam. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba, the Molly Minute. That's what I'm working on. Yes. So, got those tenons clean, got all the gunk off. Thank you, Chris. I feel like I just had like a dad advice moment there. I am a dad, I have 2 children. Can't help it. And also Molly's here. I know, you're like 18 or 20. I'm only 16 years older. All right, so tenon is good. So let's go ahead and start diving in. How's that tenon? We are replacing the head joint tenon too. Where are my tools? Oh, here we go. Oh no, what happened here? How did this get scratched? Oh, all right. Let's see what I'm doing. So first thing I'm gonna do is get the bottom key to seal, and then we're gonna adjust our way up through the horn. First, I want to clean off those pads. Molly's stealing my tools again, Seth. You're right.
I have my Instagram.
All right, I got a nice cleaning strip here. I just like to get some of the gunk off. You don't push too hard, otherwise you could tear the pad. But just a little bit to get the gunk off the tone hole, get the gunk off the pad. Nice clean surface to work with. Check that height. Everyone thinks you steal my tools, which is true. And your mom says, swipe or no swiping. That's perfect. Excuse me. I'm gonna mute my mic for a second. Hold on, sorry. Clear my throat, I apologize. All right, so let's get started. Molly, where's, oh, here it is. You're lucky, Molly. Right now, right now. Yeah,
Don't.
exactly. All right. I just realized I forgot to do something on that other flute. Whamp, whamp. We'll get it after stream. All right, got the rod out here. Gonna take it apart. So this is what the bottom joint looks like without any keys on it. Wow. Wow. That's neat. Get the keys all cleaned out. Again, just the baseline for us is just making sure everything's clean and works well before we introduce any other issues. Not issues, I apologize, aspects into making the key work, right? So if the key is binding on the rod, well, we can't do much. It doesn't make sense to get into the pad work because potentially we need to negotiate with that key to get it to work better. Through flexing. I like to just say negotiation. I negotiate with the horns, that's what I do. You want to make them. We like to have fun here. Make sure the rod goes into the body. Pretty good. Clean out the posts, and then we're ready to do some pad work. All right. Clear my throat a lot today, I apologize. Coffee break. Great sound effects. Ah, beans. A soundboard? That's actually a pretty good idea, Molly. I can do that. Don, will you make me some sound effects? Just record it on your phone. I should probably get like a whoopsie because I do mess up sometimes. Excuse me. All right, so just the right one? Nope, that's too small. Spring noise. All right, so yeah. So Seth really wants a Molly mic to hear all your great ideas. So we see here sometimes these grommets and screws and washers are put on by screws, flathead screws, or these little nuts. So what we do is we take it off, unscrew it. Where's my tools? Molly, where? Oh, okay, got it. So what we like to do is just mark on the pad where it is currently. Otherwise, when you take it out and you don't know where it is, you got to mark. I line it up with the back, the center of the back arm, so that, like if you're looking at it at 6 o'clock on a clock face, right? And you want the pad to go back how it came out because it's padded that way, it's oriented that way, it's seated that way. So just a little mark in the center. And just pop it out, see what we got. No shims. No shims at all. Cool. All right. And this is fun. Oh, never mind. My dyslexia made that look like MySpace on the back of that pad, not my pads. It'd be funny if it was a MySpace pad. Molly, do you know what MySpace is?
I do.
You do? Okay, yeah.
I know what MySpace is.
I used to have a MySpace. What do we got here? Is this too big? You know, I should set up a Molly cam that no matter what scene I'm on, whether here over the top or, front facing, just every like minute and a half, it just cuts to you for like 20 seconds and then cuts back. That'd be funny. All right, so this leak had a little bit in the front. So I'm taking a shim. I want to see if that's what we need. should be. Let's see. Got a piece of paper. Do I need these notes? No. Toss them. Chris, I got my liquid shellac. Although you knew that. I saw you yesterday. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna glue this shim in. And I'll be honest, I've been just a silly little bean. And I don't always glue my shims in, but I was convinced, I was yelled at by Chris and Seth enough to be like, hey, just glue it in. No, you're right, absolutely right. All right, so what I did is I got a shim. So what I have here, I should talk about this, I apologize. So I've got a bin, boom, of little paper shims. And they're 1.001, is it thousandth? All the way up to 0.008, pretty thick. They come in different millimeters, diameters. And how we pad flutes is we put those paper shims under the pad, on the key cup, and that brings the pad up or down or up, what it would be typically, to where it needs to be sitting flat on the tone hole. So knowing, it's a bit of a learning curve. Molly, we're learning flutes, right? How you doing? Do you have thumbs up or thumbs down for flute education? Thumbs up, slow, hesitant. Yeah, okay. She gets it, she's doing good. You just repadded a flute and it turned out really well. So, yeah, you're doing well. It doesn't matter how long it takes you, right? Quality over speed first, and once you get the quality, the speed will come. You're doing great. You're doing great. But it takes a little bit to kind of know what pad you need, where you need to put it. Not pad, sorry, shellac. Wow, Adam, get it together. Come on. Everyone's watching. Everyone's relying on you. It takes a while. Let me try that again. It takes a while to know what shim, where to put it, if you put a full shim in, what does that do to the whole pad? You put it in the back, how does that affect the front, etc., etc. That's why we typically start on woodwinds with clarinet. Not that clarinet's easier. Not what I'm saying, but it is a little bit. You get a lot of the skills you need on clarinet. Give you just general skill. Look at this, little fuzz. Clarinet gives you skills you need that you can also apply to the other instruments, like flutes and saxophones. And piccolo. And contrabass flutes. I don't know, it's the first thing that popped in my head. Nope. All right. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Just about, it's hard to see, I don't quite have the light. But we're just about there. We preach a lot in repair, especially here at Heid Music, that a light touch is what you want. So if I go a light touch, right, we still have a little leak in the front. But if I push just a little bit, it goes away, but that's not good. That's not sealed, that's not shimmed properly. Because I've said it before, I think about if my son or daughter were playing this flute. I got these big, meaty hands, I bend metal for a living. But my, son, these tiny little hands, he's 8, so can he push down that key? I don't know. I'd like to think so, but I don't know. Probably not hard enough for it to seal. So when I'm working on all instruments, a light touch is what I'm looking for. And I always think, can my kids play this? And I like to lean towards probably not. That's why you want a nice, good, beautiful, clean, even seal. Bada bing, bada boom. What was I doing? Okay. All right, so we're gonna just a little bit more shims and then I think it'll be good. I'm gonna do what's called step shimming. Hey Don, have you ever heard of step shimming? Yeah. So step shimming is where never, yeah. Step shimming is where if you have a shim that's, if you're trying to get the front area to build up, instead of putting one thick shim in there, you would kind of step up with a slightly smaller, thinner one on top of a thinner one to equal what you need, but a little bit smaller to kind of slope it up a little bit, basically. Hopefully I explained that correctly. And Don's never done it before. I've never heard Don say it before. That's a joke. Don talks about it all the time. He's never quiet about it. He's just always talking it. Come on. Oh, my shellac. That's a good little beat we got going on here. It's nice. Okay. Let me think about the orientation. Yeah. Seth, I am noticing I need to get thinner tweezers like the one you have. Also, I'm realizing today, I'll get it fixed for next stream. This top camera is a little too high. It's pretty high, so I'll bring it down so when I hold things up, it's a little easier to see. But I thought I had it set right. I was wondering why. I was like, wow, I got a more view of the bench than usual. Well, that's because I put it 16 miles above me. Molly, that was an exaggeration. It's not actually 16 miles above me.
Really?
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that. All right, let's see what we did. Oh yeah, that's looking good. The other thing too is when we work on these, on flutes, really any instrument, you don't want to check the seal of the pad like on the cup, the pad itself. Like if this is having issues, if I push on the cup, it might look like it's sealing, but then I go push on the arm and it's not, because I'm pushing pressure here, it's got to travel down the arm. There's a long distance here, and sometimes the cup doesn't interact the same way with the key that pushes it down than it does when I'm pushing down on the pad cup. So whenever you're working on any instrument, make sure you're using the device that engages the key is what you should be gauging how the seal is. So just a little tip for you budding flute repair techs out there. So that looks pretty good. Let's put the next key on. Actually, you know what I think it's time for? You know what I think it's time for? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba, Molly Minute. You want a Molly Minute?
Sure.
You want to bring in whatever you're working on over here and talk about what you're working on? Yeah? Molly Minute, everyone. Round of applause. Dings in the chat for Molly. Here, I'm going to give you the mic. Take your time. We're just live. Here, I'll clear a spot. The Molly Minute. Everyone's very excited. Oh, come on. I told you I didn't sleep well last night. Okay. right, so put your stuff there. So you see there, okay? And clip this on here.
Cool.
Just don't mess up.
Thanks. Hi guys. I am working on an accent clarinet, and one of the pads on here, yep, needs to be replaced, this cork pad. So I'm gonna do that. I made one originally when I first got here. This is a poker, but I lost that poker and I had to remake one a few months ago probably. I'm not sure where the other one went. It kind of just disappeared. So I'm just using this, putting it in the cork pad and then heating it up so that it comes out, and there we go. Throw that one away. And we're gonna find another one to fit it. I'm using your Q-tips. Gotta clear all the extra gunk out of here so that we can put some glue. Put in here. I forgot my glue. I got my glue. Okay. So we're gonna find one of these pads that fit. There we go, first try, of course. And then hold the cork pad here, and I put the glue here, heat up the glue, quickly put it on the cork pad. And then I'll heat up the pad cup a little so that the glue will melt in there. Put it in there. I like to turn it around and so it spreads the glue evenly so it'll stay in there nice and well. And we got that glued in there. So I'm gonna put that back on clarinet. It's the octave key here. Oh no, my screws. I have my screw board here with all of my screws and rods and everything that I need for this clarinet. Find the octave key one. Shannon says she remembers when I lost the poker. Yeah, I was looking around for it forever, asking front desk, looking in back, and then I just finally gave up and made a new one because I really needed it. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Alrighty, now that we got that in there, I'm gonna take, is it on?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna take, it's called a pad cup heater, right? Electrode. I like to call it a pad cup heater. And I'm gonna put it here on top of this cup and heat up the glue in there so that it will move to seal on top of this tone hole. Ow, it's hot. And there we go, we got that pad replaced and all set there. I was also working on these two keys here. This one likes to run into this one a lot of the times if it doesn't have a big enough cork here or if the keys are just bent, whatever it is. So I had to put extra thick cork under there so that this would not click on this, and it's silent and moving now, which is nice. And I just got to put on the other ones. This is a rental clarinet that we have here that it's a rent return that somebody was done using, so our job is to fix it up and get it ready for the next person that wants to rent a clarinet. And these are nice clarinets. They're nice student clarinets for kids to start out playing on and seeing if they want to continue playing on maybe an intermediate clarinet or a wooden clarinet. Wooden clarinets are very nice. I've worked on those too. But yeah, this is a nice clarinet. It wasn't too bad when it came in. It was recently new, I believe. But so it wasn't that bad when it came in. I've seen some rentals where they come in and they need a repad. Yes, our step-ups. I believe there are step-up rentals where if your kid decides they want to continue playing, they can get a step-up rental and continue playing, or even buy a wooden clarinet here at Heid Music. I know we have a good amount of instruments right now because we had our clearance sale. I think it might still be going on. I'm not sure. I don't know. Just fix stuff. Yes, Adam and I just fix stuff. We don't know much about what goes on up there. We're kind of in the back here. Our shop is as much isolated as it can get, but not too bad. I'm stealing this. So I'm putting on the rest of the keys, and I gotta put this spring back on here so that it'll engage and work. And this key actually uses pivot screw, like saxophones have pivot screws. Oh yeah, flutes have a lot more, but yeah. I don't know anything about saxophones. I haven't worked on saxophones except for neck corks, which Adam likes to have me do. But yeah, now this clarinet is all good. Test the seal, it's good to go. I'm just gonna, the bottom half is good too, so I just gotta put it together, look at some adjustments, and play test it.
Cool. Nice. Dings in the chat for Molly Minute. Good job, Molly. It's okay. Everyone says, dang, Molly. Dang, Molly. Good job. Molly's doing great. She's catching on so fast. I only have to yell at her like 3 times a day. Otherwise, it used to be 12. I mean, that's what we want, improvement. That's all we're looking for. Even Chris said, dang, Molly. The Chris Feltz. Wow. Chris is my favorite. Don't tell Seth. That's what Molly just said. Also, I just want to, hey, chat if you just a second here. Let me get my camera to focus in on me here, maybe. Hey, you heard that part where she grabbed one of my tools and said, I'm going to steal this, right? You heard that? Okay. Just wanted to make sure that that's recorded. Sure. Yeah, totally borrowing it until I forget you have it. Because you were caught red-handed, that's why. Anyways. Good job, Molly. All right, so we're gonna check the adjustments here. Keep going on our project, this flute. Seth said it's okay because Chris is his favorite too. So we're all in agreement. Dings in the chat for Chris. All right, yeah. Don't tell Adam though, that's okay. I'm not my favorite. I have to live with me every day. I tell you, I'm not my favorite. So if we remember, the regulation here was a little off. So here's a good example. So if I'm pushing the key cup, this is off. It's not sealing together. There's lost motion. But if I engage the key, it's sealing really nicely. So that's another example of making sure that whatever mechanism engages the key, use that when you're working on making sure that pad seals. So if we recall, this key was like way up. I believe it got caught. This arm is susceptible to being caught on uniforms. You know, we have like marching band has like the chains and stuff, the decorative stuff. You know, you're playing, you go down, you're doing these cool marching things. It could get caught and bent and get out of whack. So what I did was I learned this from a former employee of when I interviewed at Heid Music like 10 years ago. I learned this in my bench test, but you just put your finger under here and just flex it down back into place. And that typically takes care of a lot of the issues. And in this case, that's all that was. The key itself was bent. So we just straightened it and we're good to go there. Let's put on the next key and see where we're at. All right. Gauge the spring, tighten it up. This pad wasn't leaking before, what we're just gonna double check, and yeah, still not leaking. Look at that. Cool. Boom. Bottom joint. Good. Next. Let's remind myself what we were going to do here. Yeah, so down here, this key got bent as well. The C sharp got a little out of whack. In fact, I'm gonna change that pad because the key, let's take a look here. I'm gonna stand up here. So if you see here, curve, the key itself is not centered over the tone hole, but it looks like the pad was shimmed and set to being offset, which is not how it should be. So if I were to go straighten this key cup over the tone hole as it should be, the pad isn't gonna seat and seal. Also, it is leaking a little bit. It looks like it got bent a second time. There's a little on the side right here. Again, kind of hard to see with this lighting. So I'm gonna just take it apart. I'm gonna straighten that key over center, and I'm gonna replace the pad and just go for it. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? That's my brother from another mother, Aaron. We were literally born on the same day, just across the street from each other in two different hospitals here in Green Bay. It was so funny. We went to school, but didn't really know each other until really after college, right? But yeah, so I'm straightening this, I'm flexing it, I'm negotiating with this flute, getting that key back over center, okay? And now you can see the old pad seal. Let me turn the light off, that might help. Yeah, you can see the old pad seal there. It's not centered over the tone hole anymore. So just straightening that key, and I can see that it's a little twisted. So hey, Chris, look at this. I got them. They came in. I got the cool pliers. So I'm gonna use that for the first time first time ever. And I'm just going to flex that key to look straight. Look at that. Now it doesn't leak, or it doesn't seal at all. It's got a big leak. And what do we say to leaks, chat? Bad leak, go away. That's right. Oh, nice pliers. Hide it from Molly. Ooh, razzed. Your favorite person, apparently. Chris said it. Is he still your favorite? All right, so. Babooga. I love that thing caught on. Oh man, it's so funny to me that caught on. Oh, look at this, chat. All I did was take this key off and this pad fell right out. That's shellac on there. The shellac gets kind of brittle and it just loses its adhesion and they fall right out. I don't know. The type of glue you use, I don't know, can be like a heated topic, I feel like sometimes, but around here in Northeast Wisconsin, there's enough marching bands that play outside when it's cold, and I don't know, I feel like the shellac can get brittle in the cold and the pads might fall out. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's just all in my head, but that's my gut reaction how I feel about shellac. That's why, again, I use the stick glue here, so, and that works well. Now that might, if you're playing in 120 degree weather, heat down in Texas, I don't know, maybe that glue will get too hot, but. And like I said, it could just be all in my head, but that's why I prefer the glue I use. I know lots of people use shellac and have a lot of success with it. But me, I'm using this. Okay, Chris said it's good, then it must be good. If Chris said it, then it must be true. If I say it, I'm just guessing. What is that? I don't know. Anyways. Sorry, I should be talking about what I'm doing. I'm simply taking the flute apart. To get to this key, we have to take almost all of the keys apart, or all off to access it, because it's at the very bottom. So, you know, when that key needs to be adjusted or replaced or anything, it's kind of like, all right, well, if we're already taking it apart, could we talk about a cleaning on the flute? It's got to be apart anyways. Perhaps we could polish it up for you and get, you know, you can see a lot of the tarnish on this flute. You can see it's that kind of black stuff. That'll come off real nice and easy, but in order for that to come off, you have to take it apart. So if we're already this far in, for a little bit extra, we can get it nice and shiny for you. Some people do, some people don't, and that's totally fine. All right, well, I took it off. I forgot to do something with it, so. Synthetic shellac. I haven't tried synthetic shellac yet. Maybe I should. Although, again, I like the stuff I use. Hasn't steered me wrong yet. But, as I said before, you gotta be open to learning and trying new things. So you know what, Chris? I'm gonna get some synthetic shellac. And I'm gonna try it. I'll report back to you. All right. So we're about 15 minutes left, so we'll see if we can get this pad sealing. And that might be just about it for today. This was a fun one. I'm committed now. We have enough people. We're gonna get a Molly cam and a Molly mic. I don't know if we'll get a Molly mic, because these mics aren't cheap. I did buy it on my own, which is fine. I wanted to. All right. Molly, where are the pads? Did you steal those too? No? Okay. Whose shop is it? Yeah, you're right, it is our shop. Yeah, you got me there. What can I say? Alchemy. Favorite pipe cleaner, yeah, I use that all the time. I use Q-tips all the time. And for those of you that were here at the inaugural test stream on a different channel, I took to fix the saxophone, I picked it up and kind of bopped it on the table on the rim because it was bent one way and that's how you kind of straighten it the other way. It was exciting. It was an exciting time. Yeah, my favorite is a cup of coffee. Oh, hey, Reese. What's up? Thanks for popping in. All right, so we're gonna fit a pad in here. I think we're gonna go here. I noticed these pads have a different color now. Interesting. This one's got a bubble in it, so we're not gonna use that pad. Sometimes you gotta look at the quality of the pad you've got. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Okay. There we go. That fits. So what I'm going to do. So the one that came out of here is approximately the same thickness, and it had a full shim in the back. So I'm going to start there and see where that gets us. Go. This pad's a little lumpy. I think it's going to be too thick. Try this one. Oh, I'm running out of shims. Molly, I told you to order more. I didn't actually tell you to order more, sorry. No, I got it. It's just a joke. Calm down, Molly. All right. So these new pads now, we got it in. You see it's kind of wrinkly, maybe? So we want to get that nice and smooth, so we're going to iron it out real quick. Maybe if I can find my tools that Molly stole. Actually, you might have actually stolen this one. Do you have the pad iron for the flute pads? Yeah, you do. Yeah. Uh-huh. I tell you, I deal with this every day. Is this mine? Yes, this is mine. I bought it with my own money. Sorry. So I've got this pad iron here. It's just got these two different, very thin circle on it, and I heat it up slightly, and then we're gonna take it to the pad and then push down a little bit and just kind of iron it out like you would a shirt or something, or a pair of pants. It's gonna get the wrinkles out. Oh, can you hear up front? Can you hear that? It's getting really loud up there. Heidi's just screaming. All right, let's see where we're at with this. So first, what do we gotta do? Clean it out, right? We don't want a dirty key with a dirty rod. Sometimes it's weird saying things about repair. That's all I'll say about that. All right, so hole. Here we go. Make sure it's working well on the key. Oh yeah. There we go. Sound effects. Look at that just spin. Sorry. You gotta have fun. All right. A little bit of oil in there. Again, how we do it is just, I've got this needle dropper, and just get just a dot, and just drop it in the end. And I put the drop of oil in the end that the rod is going to go through. So when I put the rod in, it will spread the oil out throughout the key. Perfectly every time, no issues. No, sorry, Aaron, that's not the it's not the noise the key made. I have to provide my own sound effects because Don hasn't given me sound effects yet. All right, let's just see where we're at with that one. All right, so let's take a look. front, wow, that looks pretty good. But uh-oh, beans, oh boys, big leak in the back. Wah, 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 wah. And what do we say to leaks, chat? When we say a leak, what do we say? Bad leak, go away. So what I'm going to do is, it's leaking in the back, so when you put a shim in, a full shim itself will bring the pad, it kind of brings the back down. And since we've got a full leak in the back, I'm going to just put a little bit of the thicker full shim in there and see if that gets us where we need it to be. If you put too many shims in, the front will be not only have a lot of pad protrusion, but be hitting first. So that's kind of the striking the balance there. I think I got that right. I might have got it mixed up, but pretty sure I got that right. All right. Since I know what we're looking at now, I'm gonna glue this full shim in, and I think that's gonna get us where we need it to be. Turn that off because that leak light gets hot. Reese, you should play your trumpet. In fact, I know you're in the area. Bring it to me, I'll get it fixed up for you. Get it flushed, get it ready to go. You can start playing trumpet again. All right, so we have the pad. Since we're removing it, we're going to mark the back. So we put it in the same way. All right. Badly, go away. It's good. We're still going. Michael, everyone's really loud up front. Can you tell everyone to be quiet? I'm streaming. All right, so we're gonna glue this shim in, put the pad back in, and see where we're at. Yeah, I wasn't joking, Michael. I'm still going. That's funny. We got Michael, everyone. He thought I was done streaming, but no, we go till 10. We got 5 minutes left. It's got some leaks, so we're gonna get rid of those leaks. Not leaks, sorry. That's not what I meant. Wrinkles, wow. Come on. There we go. Can already tell it's sitting really good in there, even if it's not on yet. Well, as we kind of wrap up what we're doing here, wherever this sits, that's where we're going to end. And I'll continue on off stream. I just want to thank everyone for stopping out and supporting our stream here, supporting our store, supporting our channel. This has been a lot of fun. This is our technically third official one, but fourth stream, right? Yeah. And they're just getting better and better. We're adding more and more elements. Good, that's just about there. I think I need to do a little bit of key flexing. So I might actually reduce that shim and put a partial shim in, but we're making progress there. Ouch. Anyways, well, gang, thank you so much for stopping out and hanging again on another Thursday. We'll be back next Thursday, maybe with more flutes, maybe with something else. I'd like to do saxophones a little bit better. I'm working on a better way to capture video for our sax work, and also get more cameras. We need a Molly cam. Here we go, ready? She's not ready, but here we go. She's right there. She's right there at the computer just watching me. There's Molly. You want to say goodbye, Molly? Bye. She had a great Molly minute, didn't she? That's got to be a staple. Everyone likes listening to you and what you're doing and how you're progressing and learning and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, anyways, thank you so much for stopping out. This has been a lot of fun. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Thank you. And ending.
Let us help you find your melody at Heid Music.